Every year, 750,000 teenagers will get pregnant.
2/3 of teen moms don't graduate.
Teen mothers.
Teen pregnancy costs the U.S. $7 billion
Children
annually.
of teen mothers are more likely to do worse in school and are of greater risk of abuse and neglect.
If you are what you say you are, assume.
All across the world, teens are being influenced by what they watch on TV, hear on the radio, and read from magazines. Famous role models like Hillary Clinton, Michelle Obama, Jackie Kennedy, and Marilyn Monroe are now being overtaken by younger and more corrupt celebrities. Teen girls now want to be more like Miley Cyrus, Lindsay Lohan, and Snicky. Bristol Palin and Jamie Lynn Spears are two teenagers best known for becoming pregnant. Spears was on a popular TV show called Zoe 101, which millions of kids watched. What kind of example is it to set to those children that want to be just like her? Bristol Palin's whole life was broadcast during her mom, Sarah Palin's campaign tour. Even though politics were no escape for the kids that were constantly encased in media programming. Where does this end? Who can kids look up to now?
Teen pregnancy rates look very similar to U.S. rankings of poverty rates. Mississippi, for example, has the nation's highest rate of poverty and the third highest rate of teen pregnancies. New Mexico is third in poverty and second in teen pregnancies. There are many risk factors for teenage pregnancy. When a baby girl is born to a poor teenage mother, the child is much more likely to grow up in poverty herself and continue the cycle as an adult. According to the National Campaign to Prevent Teen Pregnancy, a child born to an unmarried teen mother has a 27% chance of growing up in poverty. If a mother hasn't earned a GED, for example, the child will grow up in poverty by 64%. So as many children are being born by teenage mothers, the likelihood of them growing up into poverty is a big percentage.
Deuteronomy 15:7-8 states that if a needy person is among you, you must not harden your heart, but give sufficient for their needs. One who suffers due to lack of work and money to support their child deserves the help of the community to serve the sufficient needs. Sufficient needs of a mother include the need of diapers, food, schooling, or babysitting. It depends on if the father leaves or if parents help support.
So, how old were you when you had your first child?
15. And I'm stopped going to school, and my friends they don't look at me like the same because they kids, and I have a baby to take care. I need to work to support my baby. They don't support me that much. Just give me a place to live. That's why I say I need to go to work, and my baby was 40 days old when I started working to pay for the babysitting. It affects me when I have my baby. When I have my baby, I just think it's another woman, and my baby gonna be different. It affects me a lot. I'm going to support my baby, and I'm gonna be with her, and I'm gonna believe in her. So I believe in her now. She's an architect.
And so you're proud of her?
I am.
Leviticus 23:35 states that we should help someone when they are desperate or overwhelmed. The overwhelmed would be pregnant teens that struggle emotionally and suffer with depression.
My name's Ariel, and I've been working in this program for, 3 years now.
Here comes the sun, I say.
Graduated from UCLA with a master's in public health and a master's in social work. And my primary interest in public health is in reproductive health, so it kind of fits with this program that I work with, which is the teen parenting program. Back when I was in college, I was working in HIV prevention in Africa and then in Oaxaca in Mexico, and that kind of turned into me going into graduate school after college and working in public health, and then eventually that turned into working in the field that I'm in now, which is kind of a juncture between public health and mental health. We have a capacity for 25. We have a nursery on site, but because of budget cuts over the last couple of years, we always have a little bit less of a capacity, but I think on average probably the peak is around 20 girls. We don't really get a lot of guys.
It's from the school, right? Like everything is from the school.
The girls are either here at school or they've transferred here because of our program from LAUSD. It's probably about, I would say it's about half and half. Our budget for the program. Well, the program is a little weird because we're basically two different programs. We have the nursery part, which gets funding from the Early Head Start program. So my part of the program, the budget is pretty small. It's just basically just to fund counseling. We offer them free counseling, counseling is very expensive. So, and we also offer them free childcare. We do support group every week. We do case management. So they get a lot of stuff through the program. We get a lot of in-kind donations from the community too. So like diapers and car seats and that kind of stuff, and whatever the kids need. For me, because I'm a therapist, what they really look for is just support and empathy and non-judgment, because they get judged a lot by a lot of different people. So, we really try not to be judgmental at all about the choices they made or the choices they're making, and just kind of help them on the path that they've chosen so that they can graduate and do better. So, a lot of these girls have had some really bad things happen to them in their lives, a lot of trauma, so that's why, that's one of the reasons that they become pregnant in the first place, and that's, I think, what they look for in here is a way to kind of talk about that and figure out life, basically.
Easy come, easy go, that's just how you live.
Program's open to anyone that has the need to be anyone who's pregnant or parenting and in high school.
Should've known you was trouble from the first kiss.
And I would talk to her about what her options are as far as, pregnancy. And when she's decided that she wants to keep the baby, then I talk to her about our program and what we offer and, what the counseling's like, and talk about confidentiality and all those kind of fun things. So that's, I just give them an introduction to what we offer here. A lot of most of the girls still live with their parents, so they have the support of their parents at home, but as far as like emotional support, even financial support, sometimes they don't always get a lot of support from their parents, so oftentimes their parents are really angry at them for getting pregnant. But some of them, that's not true. Some of them, they have parents that are super supportive and really kind and open and wanting to help, and some of them don't live with their parents, they live with their boyfriend, or they live with grandparents or somebody else in their life who provides some structure. None of them really live on their own, so they do get that kind of support. A lot of them, I'd say maybe 90% of them don't get much support from the father of the baby, so that's really tough. That's always an issue, is trying to get some help from the dad, who's being pretty irresponsible. As far as here on campus, I think that for the most part, surprisingly, the other kids their peers are pretty open and supportive of them. I don't hear I think they get some judgment, but mostly from the outside community, not so much on campus. I would say the youngest I've seen is 13. Got pregnant when she was 12, had a baby when she was 13. So pretty young. We have a big range. We have 12-year-olds, 13-year-old, all the way up to about 20, 21. About 90% are Latina. Then we also have African American and white. Right now we have a few Caucasian, mostly Latina, one no African American right now.
Ketuvot says that it is more shameful for the woman to beg, and we must provide for basic needs. We must also extend and luxuries to humanize those in need.
As a community, it is our job to help teens develop goals and educate them about the consequences of sexual activity. Educational health programs inform teens about the consequences of teen pregnancy and the importance of staying safe. In addition, it is important to educate teens on the use of birth control and safe sex by using condoms while sexually active. Lastly, abstinence is the best and most effective way of preventing teen pregnancy. It is important for teens to recognize that in order to completely avoid the harsh realities of becoming a teen mother, they should stay abstinent. In addition, helplines such as Teen Line and social services such as Planned Parenthood offers information and resources for teens.
In this crazy life, and through these crazy times, it's you make me sing your every line, your every word, your everything.